7th September 2020 Morning Murli Om Shanti BapDada Madhuban. Sweet children, the Father has come to give you, all devotees, the fruit of your devotion. The fruit of devotion is knowledge through which you attain salvation. Question: how do some children shoot their own fortune down whilst moving along? Answer: if after belonging to the Father you don't do service, if you don't have a mercy for yourself or others, you shoot your own fortune down. That is, you destroy your own status. If you study well and stay in yoga, you receive a good status. Serviceable children should have a lot of interest in doing service. Song: who has come here early in the morning? Om Shanti. You spiritual children understand that you are souls and not bodies. It is only at this time that you receive this knowledge from the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. The Father says, since I have come, have the faith that you are souls. It is a soul that enters a body. Souls continue to shed their bodies and take others. Souls don't change, bodies do. Souls are imperishable. Therefore, consider yourself to be souls. No one else can ever give you this knowledge. Having heard the call of the children, the Father has now come. No one even knows that this is the most elevated confluence age. The Father comes and explains, I have to come at the most elevated confluence age when the whole world is to become most elevated. At this time, the whole world is most degraded and impure. That world is called the land of immortality, and this world is called the land of death. In the land of death, there are human beings with devilish traits, whereas in the land of immortality, there are human beings with divine virtues, which is why they are called deities. Here too, those who have good natures are said to be like deities. Some have divine virtues. At this time, all human beings have devilish traits. They are trapped in the five vices. That is why they sing, come and liberate us from this sorrow. It wasn't just one Sita who was liberated. Baba has explained that devotees are called Sita and that God is called Ram. He comes to give the devotees the fruit of their devotion. The whole world is trapped in this unlimited kingdom of Ravan. He comes and liberates them and takes them to the kingdom of Ram. It is not a question of King Ram of the Silver Aged warrior clan. That king of the Silver Age is now Tamopradhan and in the stage of total decay. He has come down the ladder and reached the bottom. From being worthy of worship, he has become a worshipper. Deities do not worship anyone. They themselves are worthy of worship. Then, when they become merchants and Shudras, worshipping begin. When they go on to the path of sin, they become worshippers. Worshippers bow down in front of the images of the deities. At this time, not a single person is worthy of worship. God, the highest on high, is worthy of worship, and the golden age deities are worthy of worship. At this time, all are worshippers. First of all, there is the worship of Shiva, that is unadulterated worship. There is first Satopradhan worship and then it becomes Sato. Then they move away from the deities and begin to worship water, human beings, birds, etc. Day by day, there is a worship of many things. Nowadays, there are many religious conferences, sometimes of the Adi Sanatan religion, means the original, eternal, ancient religion, sometimes of the Jains, sometimes of the Arya Samajis. They invite many people because everyone considers his own religion to be elevated, because there is one or another special virtue in each religion. They consider themselves to be elevated. There are many varieties of Jains too. There must be at least 5 to 7 varieties. Some of them even remain naked. They don't understand the meaning of being naked. God speaks to be naked means you come bodiless and that you have to return bodiless. So they then remove their clothes and stay naked. They don't understand the meaning of God's version. The Father says, "You souls come here and adopted bodies to play your parts. You now have to return home." You children understand this thing. Soul come here to play their parts. The tree continues to grow. Many new varieties of religion continues to emerge. That is why this is called a variety play. This is a tree of a variety of religion. Look at the religion of Islam. It has so many branches. Muhammad came later. First of all, there were those of Islam. The population of Muslims is now very large. Those in Africa are so wealthy. They have mines of golds and diamonds there. People attack a country that has a lot of wealth in order to acquire it. Christians too have become so wealthy. There is a wealth in Bharat too, but that is incognito. They continue to confiscate so much gold, etc. Now, those of the Jain community continue to hold conference because they all consider themselves to be elevated. All the religions continue to increase. At some time, destruction will definitely take place. They don't understand anything. Of all the religions, your Brahmin religion that no one knows about is the most elevated. There are also many iron aged Brahmins. However, that creation is born through seen. All the mouth bone creation of Prajapita Brahma should be brothers and sisters. If they call themselves the children of Brahma, they must be brothers and sisters. Therefore, they cannot get married. So, this proves that those Brahmins are not mouth bone creations of Brahma. They simply give themselves that name. In fact, you Brahmins are said to be even more elevated than the deities because you are the top knot. You Brahmins change human beings into deities. It is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, who teaches you. He himself is the ocean of knowledge. No one knows this. Some come to the Father and become Brahmins and they still become Shudras tomorrow. It takes great effort to change old sanskars. You have to have the faith that you are a soul and that you have to claim your inheritance from the Father. It is the spiritual children who have to claim their inheritance from the spiritual Father. It is in your remembrance of the Father that Maya causes obstacles. The Father says, "Let your hands do the work and let your heart remember the Father." This is very easy. It's just like a lover and beloved who are unable to stay without seeing one other. The Father is the beloved. All the children who continue to remember the Father are the lovers. Only the one Father never becomes attracted to anyone because no one is higher than he is. However, he does praise the children and says, "From the start of the path of devotion, all of you have been my lovers. You called out, 'Come and liberate us from sorrow and purify us.' All of you are brides and I am the bridegroom. All of you are trapped in the devil's jail and I have come to free you." A great deal of effort is required here. The criminal eye deceives you. Effort is needed in order to have civil eyes. The deities have such good characters. You definitely need someone to create such a deities. The topic for the conference is the need for religion in human life. Because of not knowing the drama, they are all confused. No one except you can explain this. Christians and Buddhists do not know when Christ or Buddha will come again. You can instantly tell them the accurate accounts. You should explain that there is a need for religion. Tell them which religion existed first and which religions then came after that. Even those of their own religion don't understand this fully. They don't have a yoga. You cannot receive strength without having yoga. There is no power received. Only the Father is called the Almighty Authority. You become almighty to such an extent that you become the master of the world. No one can snatch your kingdom away. At that time, there is no other country. There are now so many countries. How does this world cycle turn? This is a cycle of 5000 years. You cannot measure the world. You may be able to measure the earth. The ocean cannot be measured. No one can find the end of the sky or the ocean. Therefore, explain why there is such a need for religion. The whole cycle is based on the religions. This is the tree of the variety of religions. This tree means picture is like a mirror for the blind. You are now going out on service. Gradually, the number of you is growing. When there are storms, many leaves falls. There is no question of storms in other religions. They have to come down from up there. Here, establishment of your religion is so wonderful. God has to come to give the fruit of those devotees who came in the beginning by taking them back home. You called out, take us souls back to our home. No one knows that the Father gives you your fortune of the kingdom of heaven. Sannyasis don't believe in happiness, they want eternal liberation. Eternal liberation isn't called an inheritance. Shivbaba himself has to play his part, so how could he keep anyone else in eternal liberation? You, Brahma Kumaris and Kumaris, know your own religion and the religions of everyone else. You should have mercy for everyone. Explain the secret of the cycle. Tell them the founder of your religion will come again at his own time. Those who explain to others need to be clever. You can explain that everyone has to become Sato Pradhan and then go through the stages of Sato, Rajo and Tamo. It is now the kingdom of Ravan. Yours is the true Gita that the Father speaks to you. The incorporeal one is called God. Souls call out to incorporeal God, the Father. You souls resides here. You aren't called the Supreme Soul. There is only the one Supreme Soul, God, the highest on high. Then there are all the souls, the children. The bestower of salvation for all is one. And then there are the deities. Out of all of them, Krishna is number one because that soul and his body are both pure. You are confluenced aged and your lives are invaluable. The lives of Brahmins are invaluable, not that of deities. The Father makes you his children and then makes so much effort on you. Deities will not make that much effort. They simply send their children to school to have them educated. Here the Father sits and teaches you. He is the Father, teacher and Guru, all three. Therefore you should have so much regard for him. Serviceable children should have a lot of interest in doing service. There are very few who are clever in doing service and who stay busy doing service. Hands are needed. Those who taught to go to war are released from their jobs, etc. They have a list of all those people. No one can refuse the military and not go on to the battlefield. They are drilled and told that they can be called at the time of need. They file a case against any who refuse. That doesn't apply here. Here, the status of those who don't serve well is destroyed. Do not do service means to shoot oneself down and destroy one's status. They shoot down their own fortune. If you study well and stay in yoga, you can receive a good status. You have to have a mercy for yourself. If you have a mercy for yourself, you can also have mercy for others. The Father continues to give every type of explanation. Look how the play of this world continue. The kingdom is also being established. No one in the world knows these things. You are now receiving invitations. What would you be able to explain in 5 to 10 minutes? If they were to give you 1 or 2 hours, you could explain something. They don't know the drama at all. You should write very good points everywhere. However, children forgot to do this. The Father is the Creator. He creates you children. He has made you belong to Him. He becomes the director and gives you directions. He gives you Srimad and then also acts by giving you knowledge. This is His highest on high act. What use are you if don't know the creator, director and principal actor of the drama? Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for the dharana. First point, have a great deal of regard for the teacher who teaches you in this invaluable life. Become very clever in this study and stay busy doing service. Have mercy for yourself. Second point, in order to reform yourself, become civilized. Reform your character, serve to change human beings into deities. Blessing, may you be introspective and put the expansion of thoughts and words into their essence. Explanation, pack up the expansion of West thoughts and become stable in the stage of its essence, that is, merge the sound of West through words and make it powerful, that is, put it into its essence. This is introspection. Such introspective children can show wandering souls their correct destination with their power of silence. This power of silence can show many beautiful, spiritual, colorful games. With the power of silence, you can hear the sounds in the minds of every soul so closely that it is a though they are speaking personally in front of you. Slogan, to remain light in your nature, sanskars, relationships and connections means to become an angel. Om Shanti.